All right, so I'm going to show you how to fill out a online loan application. So you go ahead and create an account. You probably have the secure email. Just click on the blue button and it takes you to this page. I've already filled out information here, so go ahead and create an account. I'm not a robot. And it's going to send you a verification email. So I'm going to check my email inbox. It's right there. I'm going to do verify account. And boom, I'm in. All right, so we're at the sign in page. I'm going to go ahead and put in your email and the password that you created. Click sign in. And it's going to give you two options. The first option being purchasing a home or refinancing. So just determining on what kind of loan you're going after, make sure you click on the appropriate one. Okay, so it's going to ask you a couple of questions. Where are you at in the purchasing process? We're going to go ahead and just say just getting started. Where are you looking to purchase? Just go ahead and click a zip code. What type of property? Single family. Whether this is a primary residence, investment home, or second home. What are you comfortable with monthly payment wise? So we'll just go ahead and put a number in here. Are you currently working with a real estate agent? If you're working with us, just go ahead and click yes. How much do you have for a down payment? We'll go ahead and click that. Save and continue. So it's going to ask you to give you the legal name of what you want on the loan application. Put in an email ID, cell phone number, work phone, all that good stuff. Where you currently live. If this is your mailing address, just go ahead and click the box. Do you own or do you rent? How long have you lived there? Are you currently active military or veteran? Are you a U.S. citizen? What's your marital status? And do you have any dependents? All right, the next page is co-borrowers. So if you have someone that's going to be on the loan with you, you go ahead and add the co-borrowers at this time. The next section is income. You want to go ahead and put your income in. So this would be your gross income, or you can put in your hourly wage. It'll automatically calculate that. You can put in overtime, but sometimes we can't use that income, but that's kind of a discussion that we'll have later on down the road. And you're going to want to also check whether you're an employee or self-employed, because that will change how we verify your income. But it should be fairly simple. Go ahead and click on assets. So this would be like your checking account, your savings account, any retirement accounts that you have, any other assets that you could liquefy to come up with money to put towards a down payment. Next section is real estate. Do you own any real estate? So this includes your primary residence, if you have one right now. If you have any rental properties, you need to put all of that information in. If you're a co-borrower on any other loans that is tied to real estate, you want to put that in as well, because some of these things are going to pop up on your credit report, and the lender wants to know, are you liable for those payments and those mortgages on any other real estate that you own. The next thing is declarations. This is going to ask you the home that you're buying, is this your primary residence? Have you had ownership in a property in the last 3 years? So if you have a current primary residence, you want to go ahead and click yes. And then it'll ask you, is this your primary residence? And you click yes again. Do you have a family relationship with the seller? So if you're buying a relative's home, you want to go ahead and click yes. But 99% of the time, we're going to see that you're buying a home where you don't know the seller. Are you borrowing any money from this real estate transactions for the down payment? So if you're getting a home equity line of credit and you're using that for your down payment, you want to go ahead and click yes. And if you have any questions on that, please reach out to me, because it's kind of a tricky question. Have you or will you be applying for any new credit? So we strongly suggest, if you're trying to get a mortgage loan, that you're not out there applying for any new loans like credit cards, furniture loans, things like that. So hopefully you have checked no, and that you're not applying for new credit. Otherwise, if they see inquiries on your credit report, we're going to have to explain if you got any new credit cards or any lines of credit, and that could be problematic down the road. Will this property be subject to a lien that could take priority over the first mortgage? So this is kind of a tricky thing. This would be 99% of the time you're going to click no. If you have questions on this, just go ahead and reach out to me and we'll be able to answer that. Are you a co-signer on any debt or loan? So for anybody else. So this would be for like a car loan or a credit card, something that's not going to be able to pull up on your credit report. So we'll just go ahead and verify all the things that pop up on the credit report, and then if there's anything outstanding that's not showing up, then we'll go ahead and add it in manually. Are there any outstanding judgments against you? Hopefully there's not, but if there are, please disclose that. Are you currently delinquent or default on a federal debt? So this would be like student loans, something like that. Are you a party to a lawsuit in which you potentially have personal financial liability? Answer yes or no. Have you conveyed title to a property in lieu of foreclosure in the past 7 years? So if you've been in a foreclosure or lieu of foreclosure in the past 7 years, please check yes. Otherwise, check no. Have you gone through a short sale or pre-foreclosure? You want to go ahead and click yes or no. Usually what happens is those payments will show up as late on your credit report, but if they don't, and it's been within the last 7 years, go ahead and click yes. Have you had a property foreclosed on in the last 7 years? Hopefully that's not the case, but we understand there's folks that go through tough times. So if it's within the last 7 years and you have questions on that, maybe it's like 6.5 or 8 years or something right around that 7-year mark, just go ahead and reach out and we'll see if it comes up on the credit report. And then the last declaration here is, have you filed bankruptcy in the last 7 years? So same thing with the foreclosure. If you have questions on any of these questions, just reach out and we can walk you through it. The next section is demographics. With the loan application, they want to make sure that we're practicing fair housing and we're not discriminating. So go ahead and answer all these questions honestly. If you refuse to answer them, there's a box that you can check that says do not wish to provide, and we can work with that. So credit, this is where you put in your date of birth, social security number, and what you think your credit score is. And we generally do not pull your credit right away. What I like to do is what's called a soft pull. It doesn't affect your credit score and it doesn't show up as an inquiry. But it also gives us a really good snapshot of what to expect when we do a hard pull credit. But it just gives us an idea. We can't assess whether you're pre-approved for the loan until we do the hard pull, but it gives us a really good idea that we can move forward and start looking at homes. A couple of the last sections here, additional questions. Do you pay alimony or child support? Sometimes that does pop up on the credit report, so please be honest there. And does the home that you are financing have solar panels? This is kind of a new question that popped up because if there's a solar panel lease on the home that you're buying, that will affect your debt to income ratio and that will affect your qualifications. If you do not know, then just go ahead and click no. And then the last section is just making sure it's kind of a summary of what you put in there. If you need to make any edits, you can certainly do that at this time. Otherwise, you just go ahead and click proceed to consents, and then we're ready to rock and roll. We know that every situation is unique and specific, and sometimes it's not so black and white and kind of falls in the gray. So if you ever have any questions about anything on the loan application, I'm available to help either by phone or email, and I'd be happy to help you.